All right, we're getting ready to do Purple Book for Wednesday. The first thing we're going to do is rhyming words. Remember, I say, then you say. The first one is pack back, green bean, sock rock, do to, pig big. Good job. The next thing we're going to do is beginning sounds, so sounds that we hear at the beginning of the word or at the beginning of our hill as we get ready to go up. Our first word is did. We hear the d sound at the beginning. The next word is new. We hear the n sound at the beginning. Our next one is head. We hear the h at the beginning. The next one is we. We hear the w at the beginning. Our last one is little. What sound do you hear at the beginning of little? We hear the l sound. The next thing that we're going to do is blending syllables. So we are going to have a word broken apart in syllables, and we're going to push it together to make that one word. Our first one is began. Began. Redo. Redo. Handle. Handle. Dirty. Dirty. Table. What word does that make? Table. Table. Good. The next thing we're going to do are final sounds, so sounds that we hear at the bottom of our hill or at the end of a word. So our first word is club. What sound do we hear at the bottom of that hill or at the end of the word of club? We hear the b sound. The next one is was. We hear the s sound. The next one is sink. We hear the k sound at the end. The next one is five. What sound do you hear at the end of the word five? We hear the v sound. Our last one is mouse. We hear the s sound at the end. The next thing we're going to do is segmenting syllables. So we're going to have a word together and we're going to segment or break it into its two syllables. Our first word that we're going to do is purple. So say purple and then we'll break it apart. So purple, purple. Our next one is river, river. Our next one is insect, insect. Our next one is mother, mother. Our last one is lemon. You do that one. Lemon, lemon. Good. The next one thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding syllables. So we're going to be adding onto a word. So we're going to take a word, add onto it, and push it together to make that one word. So our first one is chunk, add E. Chunk, add E, chunky. Speed, add E, speedy. Mud, add E, muddy. You try this one. Fun, add E, funny. Crab, add E, crabby. All right, the last thing we're going to do is deleting from the ends. We're going to be deleting syllables. We're going to say a word. We're going to leave part of it off. All right, so our first one is sadly without the lee. So sadly without the lee leaves sad. Wildly without the lee is wild. Mostly without the lee is most. Dearly without the lee leaves dear. Partly without the lee gives us part. Good job.